At Life's a Beach Realty, we're all about life on the beach. Stunning Panama City Beach and one of the most beautiful properties on the Gulf Coast, Shores of Panama. Radiant, elegant, and spectacular. Steps away from white sugar sand, every room overlooks the turquoise of the Gulf of Mexico. Come in for your tour today. Life's a Beach Realty is your gateway to Shores of Panama, the shores, and a whole lot more.
Come to Sam Ash for hundreds of exclusive holiday deals on music and sound gear from the most iconic brands. Save big on professional and starter guitars, drums, digital pianos, horns, violins, DJ, and electronic production equipment. Supercharge your home studio with deals on podcasting, streaming, and AV equipment like speakers, microphones, headphones, and acoustic treatment. Plus, with 36 months no-interest financing on thousands of items, you can get the gear of your dreams right now. From our incredible selection and service to our lowest price guarantee for over 95 years, real musicians know you only go to Sam Ash.
This is the Bucs Report live right here in downtown St. Petersburg with your host, Mr. Peter Blake.
You're now at the Sports Web, a sports talk show for the hardcore fan. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense. Welcome back to another edition of The Evolution of Sports Talk Television, live here from Ferg's 1320 Central Avenue in St. Pete, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are winning at halftime 22-16 over the Atlanta Falcons. I'm your host, Peter Blake, along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, Charles Richardson, Thursday Night Live. And the story is always, right before the half, that amazing throw that fans are saying, don't throw it, don't throw it, don't throw it. He throws it, 24-yard catch by Brashard Perryman with the toe swag, as some fans are saying there. Over 100 yards of receiving, and right now Winston, the 8th player in NFL history over 5,000 yards of passing. Stats at the half, because I know you love these type of stats. 10 for 17, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Of course, the critical interception, but the defense stands up and shuts the door with JPP causing a fumble. Devin White takes it back for 91 yards. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, just a crazy team to figure out.
So we got Jameis Winston breaking 5,000 eighth He's the eighth quarterback to do it.
Yeah.
He is now leads the Buccaneers in touchdowns in the season.
33, by the way. Which,
33.
By the way, yours truly predicted before the season.
Go for it, stat boy. That's fine.
I love it.
And also the longest fumble return in Buccaneers history. And up until that pass, I'm thinking, all three of those great things happening, and the Bucs are losing. But Jameis with the no-look pass, because I really think he had his eyes closed on that one. And Perryman, just what an acrobatic catch that was in the middle of 2 Falcon defenders to give the lead.
And don't forget Shaq Barrett. He gets that sack. Now he's at 17 and a half.
There
I think he's got more.
That's 4.
I'd like to see him take it to 20 before the end of the game. Now, that's another 2.5 sacks. It's a lot to ask for, but that's another thing. How many times do you see the Buccaneers breaking multiple records in a single game? But we've had how many records broken this year?
Yeah.
We went out to Los Angeles and scored 55 points, broke the team record for the most points scored in a game.
Most points scored in a season by an offensive team.
Right?
I mean, it's just amazing, really. And you think about it, just a play here and there, and this team is in playoff contention. But that's neither here nor there at this point. They're winning 22-16 at halftime. Again, Brashard Perryman, 5 catches for 134 yards, 1 touchdown. And you told me, what does he have? 4 touchdowns?
5 touchdown receptions in the last 4 games.
4 games, unbelievable.
I believe somebody at the pregame show actually said, you'd lose if you have more turnovers, you won't win games. Well, right now the Bucs have 2 turnovers, but the 1 turnover really was key, because that one right there was a touchdown for the Bucs. And, the 2 turnovers really didn't amount to much.
I mean, the first play of the game, and this team has had the propensity, Leo Ward, to turn the ball over in the first possession. First carry by Ronald Jones. He fumbles the ball. You give the Falcons the short field. But credit to the defense really stepping up, and they've really shown something here. Julio Jones doesn't look like he's the same player. Looks like he's hobbled, but still causing problems. 5 catches for 74 yards. Carlton Davis, and I think, defense overall getting after Matt Ryan, Shaq Barrett, JPP, once again, 2 sacks. Vita Vea with a sack. So they're getting after him. You got to continue that pressure, because once you give Matt Ryan that time to throw the ball from the pocket, he's going to pick you up.
But he hears footsteps. We saw that late in the second quarter. He's starting to hear those footsteps on the defensive pressure he's getting, and that's what we said. And with Shaq Barrett going, I'd like to see Shaq Barrett making an even 18 or 19. He's just roll it out there. I'm sure. Hey, now that Warren's already in second place, I'm sure he doesn't
What's
care
the
if it's
NFL
19 or
record?
20.
What's the NFL record?
22 in a single season? Maybe.
22 and a half. Why not?
I'm guessing. Well, that was Michael Strahan, right?
Yeah,
right,
Strahan.
22.
Right, where Brett Favre basically takes the dive. So you have some scores around the league and some playoff scenarios from Thursday Night Live's Charles Richardson. And what you're watching right now is the Sports Web, the evolution of sports talk television. Go ahead.
So right now, in order to go ahead and clinch the number 2 seed in the AFC, it's the Patriots and Dolphins. They're tied at 10 right now. They're in the third quarter. Patriots, if they win, they clinch the second seed. But if they lose and Kansas City wins, then Kansas City takes that. And right now the Chiefs are up on the Chargers 17-14. They just started the third. Another in the NFC, the Packers.
What the hell is going on with the Packers?
I don't know. Somebody melted the cheese over there.
Aaron Rodgers in this game, by the way, 6 for 18, 90 yards.
Somebody started him on fantasy football this week.
Yeah. 17-3. The Lions have just owned them. The Packers don't get on track. They're going to lose that number 2 seed because the Saints are blowing out their competition 35-3. They're blowing out the Panthers in Carolina. So if they win and Green Bay loses, the Saints move into the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
And then everything lies on the 49ers and Seahawks. Other games of non-significance, the Bears are playing the backups for the Vikings, 18-6. Bears, like I said, Chiefs up 17-14. The Browns and Bengals. The Bengals actually lead 20-16 at half.
What are the Bengals doing?
I don't know. and the Jets and Bills are playing in a real high-scoring affair. 3-0 Jets in Buffalo. They're in the third.
Just in the season. There you go. And what you're watching right now is the evolution of sports talk television. Join the 64,000 following we have here on Facebook. It's the Sports Web. I'm your host, Peter Blick, along with Tampa Bay Ray Kennedy, Best of the Bay, Charles Richardson, Thursday Night Live. So keys to the second half for the Bucs to continue to win this game versus the Falcons.
You know what? They're not really doing a lot on running game on the running game, but Winston's been able to. He's established the deep pass. And
it's amazing, right, Charles?
I really
when you give him the time to throw the ball, what he can do. And there's been some really beautiful throws in this game by Winston.
He's had a lot of beautiful pockets, too. He's been able to go ahead and throw those beautiful balls and actually hit those balls really hard.
Go ahead. I really hate you.
So I'm going to get through the rest of the season, including the post-game show today, without saying this term one more time because it was probably used way too much. But that last touchdown, especially to Perriman.
Yeah.
OBJ type catch. But that's the type of play that we say that if that pass ends up getting intercepted or tipped, that the people go back and the Jameis haters go, oh, he threw another interception. He's at 31. But that's the very nature of the no risk it, no biscuit philosophy. And you know what? I lived through the 3 yards in a cloud of dust. I had Lehman Bennett and John McKay, and I saw Ray Perkins with his 3-a-days. I'll take no risk it, no biscuit, because you know what? It's damn exciting.
Absolutely. It's damn exciting. And I'll tell you right now, Jameis Winston being the 8th player going over 5,000 yards, but also 29 interceptions. Who does he tie in that mark?
Brett Favre.
You have to go all the way back to 2005 and Brett Favre. So the Bucs right now at halftime beating the Atlanta Falcons, trying to go 8-8, 22-16. So there you go. We're at a halftime live here at Ferg's. Great food, great service, and of course they've been around since 1992. Whether you're going to watch the Tampa Bay Lightning, the Tampa Bay Rays, or of course the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, definitely get down here. Home of Bucs Report and the evolution of sports talk television. And my key to the game: keep the pressure on Matt Ryan. You can't afford to give him more than 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball because Julio Jones, even though he's hobbled, you still can't put that in his hands.
Wait a minute.
So
the Redskins and Cowboys is their game of the week?
Yep.
Yes.
Who the hell set that up?
Yes.
Jerry Jones paying the network.
The
That's
game
what
of
it
the
is.
week? That's like not even the game of the hour.
It's crazy. Sean Murphy Bunting also out of this game, so that might be a big loss. But this secondary, once again, they're going to have – it's a challenge. They're going to have to play, even though he's hobbled, Julio Jones is still a tough receiver. And it wasn't a good start. I don't know who this guy was. Ty Sabrailio. one of the biggest offensive touchdowns you've ever seen from an offensive lineman.
That was a great play.
yards.
I mean, he really did have it going.
That was a busted coverage.
Busted
Somebody
coverage,
did not hear the PA announcer or the referee say 73 or what is the number? 7, whatever.
Is
70,
eligible, right?
73 is eligible. So nobody covered him.
Right.
But you know what? That play alone didn't save Dirk Cutter his job. But somewhere right now in the bowls of Raymond James Stadium, he's like, okay, I had one this year.
Let's look at this perspective. That was a blown coverage. I mean, completely
you
blown.
got to cover ineligible.
And then you had the fumble that led to a field goal. So if we take those two away, this is the what ifs. What would the score be right now?
22-3 Bucs.
Right.
You'll
So
see.
that's
Well,
how
literally.
good the defense has been, and how they've kept the pressure on. And yeah, Julio's made some catches, but he hasn't broken free.
No, he hasn't broken free. No big plays in this game. That would be my other point going into the second half. You've got to basically curtail those big-time plays. You can't have them happen because they can change games, as we saw today with Devin White, 91 yards off of that fumble from JPP. All
Rookie
right.
of the year. Rookie of the year. Are we? Is Devin back in the rookie of the year?
I definitely think he's in the conversation.
I know we got a defensive lineman in San Francisco that people want to say.
Who?
Sure.
Who's
Nick
that?
Bosa.
So
What, Bosa?
Nick
right.
Bosa,
He's
yes.
been quiet, but
He's been
Devin
quiet,
White,
and Devin White ever since. And a lot of
fourth
people say,
nomination this week now, right there.
he's a bust, but he's been able to get healthy, and now you can see why the Tampa Bay Buccaneers drafted him in the first place. For the
Let's
great,
get him another recovery in a sack in the second half and get him the rookie
There
of
we
the year.
go.
good stuff for Tampa Bay. Ray Kennedy, best of the Bay. For Charles Richardson, Thursday Night Live, I'm your host, Peter Blake. Enjoy the second half of the game. You're now in the Sports Web, a sports talk show for the hardcore fan. Bring your passion, bring your excitement, just don't bring any nonsense.
Elegant and spectacular. Steps away from white sugar sand, every room overlooks the turquoise of the Gulf of Mexico. Come in for your tour today. Life's Beach Realty is your gateway to Shores of Panama, the shores, and a whole lot more.